What's going on, guys? I'm coming to you today with 5 tips for a better bench press. Granted, I'm no power lifter, or I'm not the bench press authority, but there's some things I've learned over the years, and I want to share them with you guys because I think they might be able to help you. When I first started out weightlifting, everybody of course wants to see how much they can bench press, and bench press is a big, important movement, and for me it still is an important movement. But in the beginning, I was using a lot more of my shoulders rather than my chest, and it showed in my development, or lack thereof. So there's some things I've picked up along the way, and I think they might be able to help you not only to gain better chest development, but also stay safe. There's 5 parts of the bench press that I want to go over. First is the grip. Now, when you lay down, you want to find a grip, and this is going to be a little bit of trial and error. You want to find a grip that is obviously not too wide, not too narrow. When it's too narrow, it's inevitable that you're going to use too much tricep. And as the weight becomes increasingly heavier, you're going to feel that stress in the triceps, and namely in your elbows. If you go too wide, you're going to start to really beat up on your shoulders. We're going to get a grip that's just about right. Now for me, that's somewhere, it's right about here. Now, I don't know how to tell you guys to duplicate this, but I would encourage you to just to fool around with it and see what feels comfortable. Now, the first thing I do once I take the grip is I contract my scapula, right? I'm trying to pinch my shoulder blades together as opposed to laying on the bench flat, because what I want is my chest up in the air, my traps, almost like my traps are trying to meet in the middle. Then, once I unrack it, right, my chest is up in the air, my shoulder blades are back. I'm gonna bring the bar to the lower part of my chest, right? I don't wanna bring it to my neck. I wanna bring it right to about my nipple line, and my elbows are to some degree right now tucked in. They're not flared out, right? They're in. Here is out, here is in. From there, I'm gonna press. Right? Push. And with the elbows in, you can almost involve your lats to some degree. You're going to press both your chest and your lats and just thrust the weight up. And obviously going to a full depth. You'll see guys bench pressing and sometimes they'll stop just short of touching their chest. You don't want to do that. As the weight becomes increasingly heavier, you're gonna, at least for me, I can muster up my greatest amount of power when the bar is in the full down position, right? Like a rubber band. The further you're gonna stretch it, the harder it's gonna recoil. So stopping short of your chest is not good. And if you feel like you don't have the right range of motion, like you can't get down to your chest, then chances are you're keeping your elbows flared out too much. You've got to tuck everything in. So I hope that helps. So go over it one more time. We're going to walk through this, right? Take a grip that's not too narrow or too wide so that you're not placing too much stress on your shoulders or on your elbows, aka triceps, right? So we're going to contract the scapula, lift the bar, full depth with elbows in, right to the nipple line, and press. Push. Boom. And that's it. So I hope this helps. One more thing I want to add, and this was something that kind of came as an afterthought because I take it for granted. Foot placement, right? Don't be trying to perform the bench press with your feet up on the bench or, crossed out in front of you or any of that silly shit. What you want is your feet back, right? You don't want them out in front of you. You want to be able to brace yourself with your legs, right? When you're performing the lift. right? If your feet are up in the air or on the bench, you're significantly less stable. So don't do that. This has been my 5 tips for improving your bench press. I'm out.